Okay, you're good.
All right. Hey, everybody. August 22nd, the tribes call, the combined forces call. We'll get a name for that at some point. Empowered Elite, Aspire Nation, the whole shebang. A lot of you might be listening to the recording because I know some of you couldn't get here. So just be sure to have your Gmail pulled up and have downloaded Streak to kind of follow along with what's going on. Hey guys, as you come on. First of all, Erin is not on the call. Obviously, she just had a baby, but make sure to send Erin Boulay a million hearts and love messages because she had baby Miles yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I'm like, what day is it? So exciting. And we've got some new people on the team, so be sure to head in on them and welcome them throughout both team pages. And just keep on getting excited for new people and really pouring into the team culture and connecting with people. So let's dive right in. This is sort of something that I was like, I have put off forever and ever because I was like, oh, I just can't. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know. It's overwhelming. And then I did it and it was super easy. And like, I'm just like, okay, can't wait to keep using this. So I'm talking about Google Streak, Gmail Streak. It's really, this call is about getting focused and intentional in your business. So if you are like me and was kind of haphazardly working from like your messenger list or like your inbox and just kind of going back in and following up with like the people who you like scroll to at the top, then you're missing out on a ton of opportunities to connect with those people you talked to like 4 months ago. So this is a huge, huge perk for follow-ups especially, but really just staying in the loop with every single person that you talk to potentially, however you set up your pipeline. So let me, and this is something that can be done for brand new coaches, like if you started today, and it can be done for people who have been coaching for a long time, like me and who's just starting to get organized, but you can always start somewhere. Let me do screen share. Oops, wrong one. Okay, can you guys see my pink screen, Gmail screen? All right, so what it is, let me get rid of some of these things. This double screen thing is freaking me out. So what Google Streak does is it keeps everyone kind of organized in pipelines, and you can kind of keep them organized by where they are in your system, in your process of when you first connect to them to when they actually close a deal or they say not right now. So all of the steps in between. I'm so distracted. My mind is like in a million places right now because of Ben. He totally threw me off. So open up your Gmail, whatever you guys are using, and you should have Streak up here in the top right. And then over here, you'll have pipelines. So what you want to do here, I'm going to create a new one as if I had not done this at all yet. So when you go into pipelines and you click on new, ignore all of these options. These will give you like pre-set up pipelines, but what I found was easiest was to click on the bottom here where it says blank. So you can create your own. I do private because no one's really going to be accessing my pipeline. Like no one goes into my Gmail but me. So create that pipeline. And it should look like this. And up here is where you put in all the stages that you want in your business. So for example, this one, you click on settings. I'm going to go through this kind of fast, but let me know if you need me to slow down because I know some people are not doing it live. So in here, I might put new connection. This is really, you can go back and edit these too. So if like we set this up and then you go back and you're like, I don't really like the flow of that, you can go back and edit at any time. You click on the plus and you put the next stage in. So after the new connection, maybe you introduced the business opportunity, maybe. Save that one. I'm going to show you kind of what I did or what some other Beachbody coaches have done. Or maybe you introduce, intro challenge. Okay. And after you introduce it, maybe you actually sent out the invite. So like whatever, these are people that you like talk about what you've done. They're interested in the business. Intro to challenge, you've actually invited them. however you guys want to set this up, but you're moving them along your pipeline. And then the next one, maybe you sent them the link through Share a Cart. And the next one is a follow-up. And the next one, let's go with enrolled as coach. Oops. Or enrolled as challenger. Like I said, you can call this whatever you want. And then, unfortunately, we have to put in the closed cold, like people who you just aren't like they said no, basically. Okay, you can change the colors, you can make it all pretty. That's all in here. So this is kind of like, yeah, you're just moving people along like this little like game board. Then down here in this row, you have all the information that you want or some things that you don't want here. So let's say name and stage is perfect because these stages refer to all these colored boxes. You might want to change this one. You can change these, what do you want to call them? Not tags, that's another term in here. I'm sure there's a word for it, but this toolbar, to anything you really want. So maybe in here, I will put, if you, let me just delete this one because I don't have any reason for that. So after the stage, maybe I want to put a new column in and put in a tag bar, and I'm going to tell you why here. And let's say in here I am going to put in what products they were interested in. And you'll see where to enter this all in a minute when I add somebody to this, but you want to set this up with all the information you want so that every time you follow up with them, you know what to do. I don't need an assigned to, I do want date of last email there. Name, stage, products, notes, date of last email. And let's start there. Oh, and you know what, another one that I like, if you want to put another bar in here, free form, where you want to type whatever you want, how, or a social media platform, like where did I connect with this person? Maybe you put their notes in there, or you create another column for like IG name. So all the information you need about these people are in here. You can easily talk with them, connect with them. You guys still with me here? Pipeline, information, you good? And then every time I talk with someone new, so this is where you can kind of decide what you want to do. If you want to put everyone you talk to into this list, or if you want to start your pipeline at like discuss the business or whatever. I say put everyone in there because why not? You can kind of move them through the pipeline pretty quickly. They're not all going to stay in your new connection box, but these are people who like you want to invite to the opportunity, not just people you're saying like hey to, but people that you're really kind of focused in on. So you click on the pipeline section that you want to put somebody in, and up here with a plus where it says new box, you can just add somebody. So let's say I talked to Anna Banana, and they're in the new connection one. That's this first pipeline. And they want to know about the 21-day fix. So I'm going to create, in this products bar, this is the one that I chose tag on. And I want to create a 21-day fix option, and you can just add them as you go, because then it puts the actual like product there. So if later I want to email somebody, like all the people who had Shakeology, and I want to let them know that pumpkin spice latte is coming out, pumpkin spice Shakeology is coming out, I can just like select all the people that have Shakeology, or you know, if they're like a one person, or if they were interested in Shakeology, and I can blast them an email about the Shakeology launch. So create Shakeology option. So then when I add someone else, it's going to be like already there. So as you add products in this list, they'll be easy to click on. So I want 21-day fix in Shakeology. I might put here like RN works or new mom, whatever there is important about that. this little thing right here, these stars, date of last email, that's called a magic column. And it will auto-populate the information you want there when you go in. I'll show you how to do that, but you don't have to type anything in the magic columns. You might want to put something in, like if I put in a new column, a magic column, date created, where you kind of know, like, when did this initiate? Like, how long have I been talking to this person? And as soon as I add that person in there, that date auto-populated. See how it says August 22nd already? So that's awesome. Then it can keep track of, like, when did I add them? How long I've been talking to them? How long have they been in new connection where I haven't, like, introduced them to something? And then down here, sorry, as you add them, same kind of thing, you'll just figure out whatever one you add them from, Facebook or Instagram, and then they're, okay. Easy enough, right? Then this person, let's say I introduced a challenge group to them. I'm doing this really intentionally, like I'm sitting at my computer, or maybe at the end of the day, I know who I invited, so I'm gonna go back into my Gmail and I'm gonna click on everything. Oops, wrong one. And I'll move them down to introduce the challenge. And their whole entire thing moves down there. So when you're going back in and you're following up with people, you know exactly what stage they're at and how long they've kind of been sitting there. Then, okay, pretty simple, right? Like, pipelines are pretty simple. Hold on, there's a chat and I'm not looking at it. Sorry.
Annalise, a question.
Yeah.
Is there any way to input people if you have MailChimp into this system or no?
I believe so. That's called a mail merge, I believe. Oh, there it is. There's my chat. Oh yeah, Stephanie, don't worry. God, this double screen thing is really messing with me. There is a mail merge option. I'll find out for you. I haven't gotten that far. I've only started this, like I said, like the new people who are just running this biz, or if like you're not organized at all, just start adding the people you talk to and you'll start somewhere. Yes. Jay Long, what is Jay Long's first name? It's a mystery. Jen, thanks. Yes, if you go to streak.com, you just download it and it goes to your Gmail, and then this little thing will show up. And then over on the left-hand side, for those of you who came in a little bit late, there are pipelines, and you just create a new blank pipeline. So that's super simple. And here's how you kind of access each person or send them an email. You can create follow-up tasks for these people. So you click on your tasks, and let's say someone says to you like, oh, I'm really interested, but I have to wait until next Friday when I get paid. Okay, so waiting until payday to get started. So I'm going to set it as a task, and then click on the little schedule thing here. And I can click on my calendar. So next Friday, August 31st, set due date. And then there's a little thing that says post somewhere. Or maybe it didn't. I think it's okay. I thought there was a little button that said post there, but it doesn't look like it anymore. So then this actually syncs to your Gmail calendar. So if you get super organized, then on that Friday when you check in on your calendar, you have everyone that you needed to follow up with on that day, or you can remember to follow up with this person on that day. Hey, I know you're waiting until payday, like, woo, happy payday. Let's get going, or whatever you say, you know, to reconnect with that person. So super helpful. And then there was something else I wanted to show you about the emails here. Magical friend. Emails. That might be it. Let me go back. You can, oh, okay. So then you can also just email people. You can create an email here. Compose. I don't know if that's working. No. Sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank for a second. want to email them. What I've been doing it wrong. I think I am doing this wrong, but this is what I've been doing. I've been composing the email to that person. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong thing again. Go back to my pipelines. Bear with me. This one. This is why I don't have their email in there. Sorry, guys. That's why I'm drawing a blank. It's not working. Let me go back in here and figure out why. But what I've been doing here, when you get their email address column and you click on that, you can actually just go to them and send them an email from there. And then you can go into, there is a way, and I just learned how to do it today, and I will follow up on this, but there's a way to make sure that your next email gets updated in the pipeline. And I think it's by actually clicking on the email when you send it, and then, sorry guys. There is a way to do it. Boxes. Email inbox. I think I already set that one up. Let's see if it's here. I'm gonna find out about that. But there's a way, obviously, for it to update and auto-populate in your pipeline of when that last email was sent. And I'm sorry I'm drawing a blank on how I did that today. But it'll come back to me, I bet.
And Lisa, question. Because I've never really used email unless people are already customers, coaches, or leads or whatever. Are you just connecting with people on social media sites and then asking for their email right away, basically?
Yep. The nice thing about this streak setup is that you don't actually need their email. So, like, see all these people, I haven't gotten to the point of like getting their email yet, but they're still in there. So like when I'm working from my BAT, my business activity tracker, at least I know those are people that like I can go in and like make a touch point on. And then, yeah, just connecting. Obviously I can look like, where did I connect with them? My Facebook personal page via my like page. So I've made it really specific here. I'm like, where am I going to connect with those people, and going back and messaging. But whenever I get to the point of like introducing a challenge or introducing the business, I've been asking people for their email like early. Like I used to never do that because I used to not have a need for it until I actually sent the link. But now I'm like, let me, send you a PDF on the coach info or whatever. And people are pretty much like super open to sending their email to me. But this is what is nice about Streak, is that you don't actually need their email yet. But when they get down to enrolled, like, yeah, you're just going to copy and paste their email into that so you can have them all as follow-ups. So, other things I wanted to mention here. This is my first pipeline and I actually don't like it, and I'll tell you why. The customer leads, so these are people from Beachbody that I actually want to create my own pipeline for just Beachbody customer leads. So these are people that, when you're hitting Success Club and you're getting free leads from the company, new people pop into my Coach Online office all the time. So I want to just be able to add them to my Gmail account and be able to connect with them in its own pipeline. So I have like their lead, like have they responded to my first email, like where are they at? And I want to keep moving them down to hopefully introduce them to like a new product or a new challenge or the coaching opportunity. So same kind of pipeline, but it's going to be such a big list, growing list, that I want it to be its own. So I would actually move those out of your initial pipeline. And the other thing is snippets. So let's say I actually did this already. So let's say I want to email this person. Gmail has, I think it's only with Streak you can get snippets. So all of my customer leads, like every time I connect with a customer lead, I do not want to be writing out like the same email or going to find it in my files and copying and pasting. You can actually create snippets in here. Customer lead snippet. Boom, there's my information. I'm sending that right out to her like fast as can be. I personalize it a little bit, obviously, like add their personal name, make sure you're responding like this is pretty general, but if they got bought and something else or whatever they got, you can have a snippet for, and just it's one click instead of wasting 10 minutes creating your own email. So okay, so that's my initial connection. You can also create snippets, like what are some other ideas? I don't know, like your welcome emails for people who get involved with a challenge or coaching, like okay, they're enrolled, now you move them down your pipeline, send them that snippet, and it's done. Super easy, organized, and time efficient. Oh yeah, so let's say I could show you how to set one up. So let's say I'm going to email Lauren, and the first time you create it, like, hey Lauren, make this draft a snippet. So you can title it something, snippet name, new customer. I don't use a shortcut code. I don't know what that is. It's private. It's not available to anyone else. And then, you know, you can keep it super general and then just add in their names and specifics as you go. But you create one and then you can basically save it as a snippet. Oh, cool. Ashley said with snippet, you can add a placeholder and auto-populate. I am so not that tech savvy. Like I know that happens in a lot of things. Ashley, if you feel free to chime in and tell me how to do that if you know. There's got to be a code or something. Let's see. I don't know. There's probably some HTML code beyond my scope.
So it's actually usually right there. It might be what I don't know. Someone just said there was some other link or something that you can use there, but I'll check it out and I'll post it. I haven't looked into this particularly yet, but I know like with my job with the snippets, there's placeholders it'll have like brackets and stuff.
Yeah.
And it'll say like requester's first name or requester's last name or whatever, and it just puts it in there. So then as soon as you bring up that snippet, it'll just auto-populate the name, which you're going to want to check it because sometimes people don't put their actual name with their Gmail, but
yeah,
it helps.
Oh, that's cool. So even it might connect with their Gmail alone?
Yeah, it might say like, hi, Ashley at gmail.com instead of like...
Always double check your email.
Double check.
How many times have I gotten messages from like a copy paste marketer who's like, hey, bracket name. I'm like, someone gave you that and you didn't enter my name in it. But another thing possibly too on that same idea, on that same wavelength, is making sure like you do first name as a column and last name, because you may be able to like insert column A or something in this bracket. So really easy, really super organized. And so now when I sit down with my business activity tracker and I'm like, okay, I would need to like, you know, send a message to 5 people. Okay, I'm just going to go down my list. I need to invite people, like who in my list hasn't actually gotten the invite yet. Follow up with the business component, like following up with these ladies. And then as you go along, moving them down your list. And generally you want people like moving through the pipeline pretty quickly. Like you don't want to have like 50 people in your new connections and just keep like adding and adding. You want to make sure to like move them through your pipeline so it doesn't just get super cluttered. But sending snippets, and that was kind of it, unless I forgot anything major and you guys are like, what is the point there? But do you guys feel like this is organized and hopeful, or something else that you need to do? Let me go back to mine.
Hey, Annalisa, I came in late, so sorry. I might have missed the beginning. When you set up this pipeline, was that something you did, or is that something that like they gave you an example
Are
Hey,
you
Mary Paige, I was like scrolling through. I'm like, who's talking?
Sorry.
So I set this one up completely. When you click on new pipeline, there are options, but for our needs, and like I wanted to be really specific, I just went to blank, private, create pipeline, and then you literally just add a stage each time with this plus button, and you can change the name of it, you can change the colors and whatever. And yeah, I just think like on paper, write down like what do I want my pipeline to look like? What components do I need in there, and then just go in and design it real quick. It's super simple. But it's different for everyone. So like some people on YouTube had pipelines like as a new launch comes out, like Lift 4 pipeline, like all the people you're talking to about Lift 4, where are they at? Like I've introduced the program to them. I've sent them my, whatever email. I've invited them to the challenge group. So it just depends on like, yeah, your personal needs and your systems in terms of how organized you are to prepare for like launches of challenge groups and all of that stuff. So something like when Proving Grounds comes out, maybe you've got a pipeline just for Proving Grounds, and you've got all these people who want to get involved in Chris Downing's new program, and you're putting in there like, are they already BOD members? So you've got all of this information about people really super organized. I think that's helpful. So I'm a fan of it. I will say, guys, like this is definitely something that like you need to carve out time in your day to like sit down and put the information in there. But if you're doing a power hour, perfect. Like it'll take you a couple of minutes to add new people to this. As you go through and like friend people or message people, you're just adding them in here so you don't lose them in the shuffle of like Facebook Messenger or whatever. If you're inviting people like all day in the cracks of time, that's fine. Write them down somewhere, and then at the end of the day, just sit down 5 minutes and put them in your Google, in your streak. So that way you have them there. So when you do have focus time, you're like, oh yeah, that person. Because I know for me, I literally will like go through my messenger and be like, I totally forgot I was talking to this person about this. Yeah, this is free. That's what I wanted to mention too. I've tried Teamzy. Teamzy, you pay, and it does give you more like notifications on it. So this is more just like, for me, I'm like, I know what I need to do. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing it. Where like Teamzy was like, now you need to follow up with these people. I'm like, I know I need to do that. So it's just a matter of having the information there. Same with the My Connection Builder on Social Team Builder. It costs money every month and it's super organized, but if I can do it for free with this kind of thing and just use a business activity tracker alongside of it, I'm going to do it. Like, I don't want to have to spend my money if I can just say like, okay, next task, follow up. Okay, here's all my people to follow up with. Next task, friend 5 people, that kind of thing. So I hope this was helpful. I know I kind of flew through it, but I don't want to like beat a dead horse on this thing. Like, here it is, that's how it works, and super time effective if you use those snippets and things. It's just a matter of setting up the first one each time you email someone about it. What you got for me? Or what systems are you using that could be helpful in addition to Streak?
I like this way better because when I tried Asana, that was like my super confusion was that I had to like manually go and move the names. And then I just ended up with a ton of columns that were like repeat everything. And it was so confusing for me. So
Yeah.
I like this.
I think it's really cool that you can just like literally design it to exactly what you need.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I'm actually using the My Connection Builder right now. And just because I started with Social Team Builder last fall, and I've been growing it, and like I'm not like perfect on it, but it's been a learning curve for that process. For me, I need the notifications. Like, you need to follow up with these 5 people. Like, that's kind of what I love about it. But yes, it's linked to your Facebook like page. So you have to manually input everybody who you're on your personal page or on your Instagram that you're having conversations with. So like, it does take a little extra time to like input all those people, but I've been enjoying it just as far as like organization goes too. So
Yeah, I started on there too, and there was such a big learning curve, and I think it's great, and I think it can be super effective. But for me, I was like so overwhelmed all the time of like I need to log in here and like plug everyone in to the My Connection Builder thing. But this one also does have notifications. You just have to, when you put someone in, say follow up and set the date. So it's an extra task because you're in charge of it, but you can definitely set the notifications and tasks, and it will link to your Gmail calendar and tell you like follow up with so-and-so, invite so-and-so, or whatever.
that's cool.
So I guess if you guys are really structured and you add someone new and you're like new connection, just talking to them, and you know like in 5 days I want to throw them an invite, then you get your follow-up, and you could simply just follow your Google Calendar for that. Also, I want to mention I created an entirely new Gmail for this outside of my Beachbody email because I don't want junk coming through this inbox. I just want connections. So like when I go to my inbox, I don't have like a bunch of crazy emails. It's only going to be like conversations that I've started. It's kind of nice to not get like bogged down with junk in there. And your inbox, why is it not scrolling? There we go. Your inbox functions the same way. Like it's going to look just like Gmail, but you can go down and manage your pipelines. So you can create one for like your personally sponsored coaches and just have them there. I created one, but I have no idea what I would actually put in there yet because I'm still playing around with this. This is totally new to me, but I was like, I like it. Someone else will like it. It's not so overwhelming. And no, you don't need to have like a crazy busy business to use something like this. Even if you're adding like 1 or 2 people a day, it's still helpful. Yes, you need a Gmail account for it, but that's super easy too. Just go to Gmail and they just ask for your name and an account name, and you have Gmail. That's the first step. Get your Gmail account. All right, did I miss anything in here? Good. I'm glad you guys thought it was helpful. Yeah, monthly emails for the snippets. Yeah. Rachel, did you figure out it was giving you an error message? I use Chrome too. And Ashley, the Streak app, I'll have to get that. Okay, good. Awesome. Cool. And I will say, like, from the videos that I've watched from top coaches who talk about Streak, it was like a game changer for their business. Oh, how do you change?
I was just going to say, Annalisa, I saw someone post a Streak in the roundtable recently, like how she set it up. I'll have to hunt it down and find it.
Yeah. Anything you want to do with your pipeline, you just click there and change the colors, and you can make it much more pretty to the eye. Oops, same color. Yeah, Melanie Mitro uses it. A lot of, tons of organized big top coaches use it. And I was literally just like afraid of it. I was like, don't tell me about Streak. Who are we listening to the other day that was talking about it? Someone was on the call. Holly Hilliard. I was like, oh no, don't talk about Streak. But it's super easy. So I hope that laid it out for you. And that it's effective. Anyone else got anything? You good? All right. Thanks, guys. I am going to go and pack and hopefully, I don't know, get my head on straight for the next day. It has been crazy, but have a great night. You guys are all like, okay. Okay, bye. I hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for hopping on. Good to see y'all. Good night.